Hello and welcome to episode 2 of A Dad-ent of Your Time. How you doing today, Max?
I'm Max. That's Jeremy. It's the Dad to the time.
How you doing?
Great.
Good. How was your day?
Exhausting. Did everything.
What'd you do?
I did weeding for some family friends for like 4 hours and got like my arm all cut up. If you could see that, just scratched up a bunch. But the kids were super cute, so.
So it made it worth it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that sounds pretty good. Well, we have fixed a few things because we had some comments.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully this is
Yeah.
a little more monotone in the back. We'll work on getting we will work on getting a microphone, but ultimately, I think people can hear us well enough. And ultimately, it's just us hanging out, so be fine.
Mm-hmm. Today's subject, we're going to be talking about, like, kind of history of video games and stuff like that, just different experiences with it. Like, okay, the first console you played on was N64, right?
No. I was 18 at that point in
Oh,
time.
jeez.
We had the Nintendo and Super Nintendo, but before then we had the Sega Genesis, but before that, at my dad's house, we played on the Pong system. You know what Pong is?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I played that back in 1981, 82 or something, the very few times that I was over at my dad's house. And then he went to go get milk. I don't know if he got any or not.
Not for a thing. 6.
He went up for smokes and milk. But yeah, so played Pong. But then, so the first one that we got growing up was a Sega Genesis because Sega Genesis was a little cheaper. I think it was a Sega Genesis. They had Sonic and stuff.
Yeah.
But then eventually we got a Nintendo. Ooh. And then it was all about Mario 1, 2, and 3. And spent.
Which one was 2 was the weird one, right? Where you had to like pick up the stuff and throw it, or it was like radishes and
I
stuff.
think you're right. That one was fun. I honestly, the first Mario I liked. I mean, everyone likes that. I mean, that's
Simple.
OG. You know what I mean? But like, if I'm being honest, like I think the second one is the one that I played the most of. That's the one where you can play all 4 characters.
Yes.
Right? Does that sound right?
Yes.
All 4
Yeah.
characters, and like you pick up stuff, and like Tanya and we sort of like, I mean, what's the word? We play it a lot.
Grinded.
We ground on it. Yeah, we grinded on it real hard. Like that's. So when Grandma Jean was gone, that's what we did. I remember. I was probably in high school or something like that. And like that was. And we had other video games and stuff too. Oh, never mind. We had Atari. We had an Atari before then too.
That was the one that was like the main competitive with Nintendo, right?
Atari was before.
Oh.
It was Nintendo and Sega. So we're the competitors. It's sort of like VHS and Beta. Do you know what that means at all?
I don't know what Beta is, but I know VHS.
Okay.
I'm educated.
Beta was like people were like, oh dude, Beta is the thing of the future. So we had a couple friends that had Beta players, but they went away.
I take it, Aaron.
No, I didn't really I wasn't friends with Aaron at that point in time.
No. So yeah, the ones I played the third one. I think I got to the second world. I found it like
Third Mario?
Yeah. I found I think a pirated version on school Chromebooks that I played for a while. I think I got to third world or something like that, and then just like obviously got caught. I couldn't play.
So is that the one? Does it have like a map? Like a map where you're like
map one. There's like multiple kind of like directions you can take.
And then, but you can only play one character.
Yeah, and you also got Yoshi.
Third one had Yoshi.
Yeah.
Is that the one with the wing tip?
Wing cap.
The wing tip.
The cape.
Yes.
Yeah, it had the cape and I think the Tanuki suit, the one with the tail.
It did have that?
I don't know. Yeah. Definitely had that one for sure.
Yeah, that makes sense. And actually, right, because then there was certain levels that you would see. I would see people like, because the coders, whoever would make it, would have these ways to like be able to make it through the worlds to do all their checking. What is that called when you like check them for bugs or whatever? But like, you would go, they would just know certain tricks to like boom, pop up top, and that would just fly across the entire screen. Oh man, the second one, maybe it was the first one. Fisher and I, like, we got a Nintendo when him and I lived together when we were going to school.
I thought it was you and Josh.
Well, no, Josh, when I was actually going to school, I lived with Fisher with a bunch of other people. But we had this we had a Nintendo, and we had a couple of nights, and like him and I just stayed up. I mean, we were like 20 years old and like playing video games, playing Nintendo, which was like a game that was like 10 years old at this point, 10, 15 years old. We were just like grinding it, having a blast doing it. It's fun.
Seems like it.
Going to sleep, waking up, and going to sleep, and like you're just having dreams of, All right, you go. What was yours? What was your thing?
Just like talking about the third one, I don't think I ever played the second. I played the first. I'm like so bad at it. Like I am scarily bad at like a lot of the older games. It's almost pathetic. Like,
what older games?
Like the third Mario, it took me like a month and a half of like in 8th grade where we barely had like homework and stuff like that. Actually, no, this is 7th grade. This is online. Like, it took me 2 months to just barely get to the third world, and then I just quit playing because it was too frustrating.
Too frustrating?
Yeah.
Why was it hard?
I don't know. I think I was just bad. And, like,
I mean, because that probably is nothing compared to the many buttons that you have to deal with nowadays on, like, a PS4 controller.
Yeah,
or
but,
like that.
What's it called? I think just the, like, emulating from, like, original Game Boy to like a computer makes all the software in general a bit weird, like slippery and stuff like that, if you know what I mean?
Kind of.
Yeah. Does that make sense?
A little bit. So it's funny, they talk about these people that are really good at the old school arcade games, you know, the Donkey Kong and whatnot. And like those, I mean, it's like 3 actions that you have to do. But because there's so few actions,
they have like them perfected.
It has to be absolutely perfect. So like, right. So that's hard in its own way, as opposed to I tried playing your guys' like shooting games stuff like that, and I'm like I can't do it.
Did you play GoldenEye?
Yeah, but again, those were all dumbed down versions of it. Like they were, I don't know, if dumbed down is the right word, you know, but
slightly
like
more simplistic.
Yeah, I mean, because you have the Nintendo controller, and the Nintendo controller has 6 things.
GoldenEye was not Nintendo. It was on. Wait, was not on N64.
You're right. And the N64 had 1, 2, you know, the up down, you know, bubble.
1, 2, 3. No, 1, 2, 3, 4.
We got it over there. I think there's only 6 inputs. You know, and each of those inputs can go up, down, left, right, up, down, left, right, A, B, A, B, start.
Shoot, yeah.
Right. What is it? Yeah, I suppose they do have those. Right. But yeah, you have like 1 and 2, A, B, and then I suppose this, but hardly any. Like these didn't really get used that often. Oh, dude. N64, man. Nintendo
like,
64
okay.
is like.
I think you held it like this, where one hand was bottom right here and the other was like right here. At least that's how you played Mario 64. Did you ever play like this? Like, OG, kind of like what I think is normalized? Any
Yeah,
games?
I always played them like this. I always played them holding on like that.
Really?
Yep.
Didn't you play like Mario 64 differently, or?
No, that's how you play Mario 64.
You use the D-pad?
This one, yeah, for sure. I think so. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't really. I couldn't tell you. I'd have to put it on. It's weird, like my
It's just
brain's
like muscle memory almost.
right. Once they start playing, I'm sure it'll pop up in there.
I think like I don't ever get better at the games. It's just better muscle memory. Actually, what am I talking about?
So we had some input about some of the stuff that we forgot on our tier list from last time.
Oh yeah, ice cream. Like we glossed over that, then completely forgot to do that.
And apparently Grandma's pumpkin bars. Grandma Jean's pumpkin bars.
Did she usually make those around Halloween?
I think so.
Okay, because I don't super remember them. I just
I feel-
remember making baklava and
She's gonna listen. She's gonna be real mad. But I don't really remember them. I mean, I like them. I think they're pretty good, but
everything she makes is always amazing, so it's
Right.
scary. when I forget.
Right. But we also forgot carrot cake, bro.
Carrot cake is honestly high A.
Actually, let me rephrase. Cream cheese frosting, which is carrot cake is just a plate, a means for which a delivery device to get cream cheese frosting in your mouth hole, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we forgot. Do you have a pen on you? That's okay. We don't have to worry about
I'm gonna look for an real quick. Just glass of water.
it. Well, you don't need to.
Mom always has a pen over here, I swear. Oh well.
Okay. So what else did you do today? Or what have you done this week?
Work, hang out with friends, and swim.
Okay. How was swimming?
Exhausting. I got really burnt out Thursday because we had just back to back 200s, which is down, back. We had 14 of those
Holy bananas!
back to back, and if you missed any of the intervals slowly getting, the time that you had to do all the stuff was slowly getting shorter and shorter and shorter. Why would? Anyways, so if you missed it, the 200 would go to 150, and if you missed that interval, again, you would go to 125, then a 100, and then just stay at the 100. It was exhausting, and I died.
You didn't die
Yeah.
because you're alive today, so that makes it impossible.
Mm.
So, tell me about your favorite video game.
I have like 3, and it changes.
Okay, what's your favorite right now?
Actually, I don't have 3. There's Apex, Risk of Rain, and Enter the Gungeon. Those have just been my favorites forever. 2 of them are roguelikes where you die every time and you respawn at the very beginning, making it a little bit more progress than last time.
What do you mean?
Like, imagine it as Super Mario 64, but every time you die, you lose all your stars.
Okay.
But like, you gain like something like the wing cap every time you die. Like, just slowly making more progress to make it easier.
Okay.
Like, Risk of Rain is like a third-person shooter where the camera's right here, and your fate like right here. So it's like you're moving around like this. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And Apex, first-person shooter. I'm good at it. It's fun, really fun.
Risk of Rain, isn't it the one that's like a side scroll? No.
That's Enter the Gungeon, the top-down thing, where you see it from like here, like your camera view is looking down, right here.
Yeah. And is that the one that has the flesh ball or something like that? No. Sorry. All the YouTube videos of players, I just remember this ball of flesh that. Never mind. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So those are your 3 video games. So what was the first video game that you remember loving?
I wasn't a big fan of Mario 64. Wasn't that good at it. First game I really loved was Apex. Like, I think I have 600 hours in that game.
And that is for what system?
PS4.
PS4.
First system.
That was the first system we ever got
Yep.
here. How long have we had it?
I don't even know, like 6 years?
Okay. So that
Yeah.
would put you at age 8, so you started playing video games when you were 8?
8, 9, yeah.
Okay. And before then, I suppose it was, well, I suppose you didn't have any phones. Well, okay, there was like Minecraft. Well, yeah, that's got to be your first video game.
Yeah.
First game you played. And that was on your tablets, right?
Uh-huh. First game, tablets, and then also at Grandpa's.
Yeah.
He has the PS3.
But then also, what about like Jetpack Joyride? All those games on my phone.
Mobile games.
Right.
I forgot about that. Jetpack Joyride, definitely. That was so fun.
Yeah.
It's just so stupid, killing like little scientist guys.
Yeah. Missions and just enough? Yes. No, Jetpack Joyride was the bomb. And then, well, okay, Angry Birds.
You had that on your phone?
Yeah. So did everyone.
I never played.
You never played Angry
No.
Birds?
I only played, what's it called? Yeah, I just played Jetpack Joyride and like that tapping one.
What's the tapping one?
Oh, where it, like a little box and you rotate every single time.
Oh,
with the tap.
right.
That was interesting.
Jack was a G.
Yeah, he was too good at it.
Yeah, tick me off. Yeah, actually, like Angry Birds was one of the first mobile games that kind of got really big, and I remember playing that, and Uncle Bino had it too. And we would play it. We would watch it.
Wasn't Flappy Bird also really big?
I never played it. That was, yeah, I never played Flappy Bird. But that's just like a tap button, right? Tap button.
Apparently, people were like obsessed with it when it came out. Like the creator of it took it down from a lot of the game stores.
Why?
Just because people were playing it too much. Like,
Well, I don't understand why.
like people were obsessed with it to the point they weren't coming out of their houses.
Okay.
Like, he was like, this is kind of sad how much people aren't going outside and doing stuff like that. So I think he just took it off. Like, Apple Store. I'm not afraid.
Do you think that? Do you really do that? That doesn't seem like something. That...
He took it off the store. I think he was just overreacting with like it affecting people's lives. But I know like there are things where phones nowadays, like older phones that had it like an original iPhone, that's like selling for $5,000 if it has the original.
To play that game?
Yeah.
Weird.
Mm-hmm. I never understood it. Like, it's just tapping.
So, okay, so we have the mobile games, and then you have your tablet games, which is like Minecraft. So how many hours do you think you've spent playing Minecraft?
Including the PS4 or just
in the first iteration? Because the first iteration of Minecraft didn't have the zombies, right?
It's just slowly updating constantly.
Okay.
I started playing before 1.12, which was super big overhaul of the game. It was everything was like really easy tap, like it was super basic controls on it, and then like after that everything got kind of confusing, so I didn't play it for a while. Found other games until I finally understood it, and then played that a lot. I think I'd like just the amount of times we have on road trips. I think like 70, 80 hours.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Actually, that's really not that much.
Road trips, I probably did a third of that.
So that's what you would play on
that and
tablets.
the one, like my favorite mobile game ever is called BTD6, Balloons Tower Defense.
Okay.
Where you place down the little monkeys and they throw the things at the balloons to pop them.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Balloon. What is it called?
BTD6.
Balloons
Tower Defense 6.
Yes, that's the one. You still watch YouTubers
a
that
lot.
talk about that all the time.
I want to get it on PC.
Okay. So, Mario 64 came out in 1996.
Yeah, that was the first game I ever played.
When that came out, I remember Heath Benrud had an N64 and he had the game, and I remember going over there and we watched it and we thought it was amazing because it was the first 3D world, but like it was more like it wasn't the first 3D world, but it was the first one that had like they
looked realistic.
They nailed it. They did a really good job. How you move through it was very intuitive, and the camera was pretty cool too. I remember going into one of the worlds that had a mirror, and like you could position it so that you could see the camera in the mirror. For some reason, that was like mind blowing. So it took me forever until I actually got Nintendo 64 because in '96 I was moved out and actually I don't even know when it was that I got one. I started playing it. '96, like what was it? It was 1996, almost positive.
Yeah.
So then it took a while till I got one, and then when N64 came out, I started playing it with my buddy Kevin.
Yeah, you've talked about N64 and Super Mario Sunshine. Obsessed with it.
Dude, that was our jam. We played that so much. We actually did 120 stars more than once. Like that was sort of we really got into it. That was like, we've been friends forever, but that was one of our really good things that we did. So then when Mario 64 came out, we waited in line, bought it, the Mario 64 and the the console. I bought the console. What's it called?
N64.
Nope, it's for Super Nintendo. No, it's for
GameCube.
GameCube.
You bought the GameCube in Super Mario Sunshine when it came out.
Yes, because I think Sunshine came with it, if I'm not mistaken.
I think there was probably like a deal or something like that.
But he came when I got it that weekend. He stayed over at the house, and we were right there, dude. I used to have like a couch and the TV right there, and that's
Did you
how
have
we
it in there? Like
we had it in there at one point in time, but this is where we originally started. So this was like 2003 or 2004 or something like that. But like, so we were like, we're gonna get all of them. So we sat down and just grinded. We didn't get
20 pack of Red Bull.
I know. We didn't get 120 shines. It was years. It was a while till I got it. So this was also back. I know I'm dorking out. Like, this is also back before, like, the internet was very new.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you couldn't just watch a
video to learn
how to do it.
Stars.
So I had to go to a video game store and buy a Mario Sunshine walkthrough.
I heard about you said.
So, like, I had this magazine that was like had a walkthrough of every single level, and it was like all of the maps. And I was like, this is crazy. This is like makes it so easy, but it still had all the blue coins. Each individual blue, you take 10 blue coins to turn in for one shine. Well, the blue coins aren't marked. It doesn't have a record of it on your game. It just shows up if you get it. So I was missing 3 blue coins. So so I had 119 shines, and I had 3 blue coins that I was missing because I only had 7 in my thing, and you have to like take 10 of them, and you go to the little store to buy it. So I ended up having to like play through everything, and it was able to do it with my walkthrough guide that I had. It was, kids these days, you guys got it so easy.
Yeah.
So. I never played Escrow of Time.
Ocarina of Time?
Ocarina of Time. Mm-hmm. I never played any role-playing games, which I feel like I missed out. But that was never my jam.
Yeah. I think if you started playing RPGs, you would have much less of a life than you do right now. I think that, from what I've told and what you've told about the stories you've heard, people that start when they came out are like still obsessed to this day.
I know Caleb and Arik are like, they think that. Who is that? Link? Link is the character.
Yeah, Zelda.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Like, I never played, because Zelda's been around
forever.
Since Nintendo, the original Nintendo, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was it a Atari thing, or was it just a
Nintendo?
Just a Nintendo.
Yes.
Okay. I know that I got. Anyways, like, I just never ever played it, and so then I have friends who started doing EverQuest, which was the multi. You know what EverQuest is?
No.
You've never heard of EverQuest? Dude, that was like. What's the shooting game that everyone plays, but the first multiplayer shooting game that people were like losing their lives over?
Doom, GoldenEye?
No, for online.
Fortnite?
Fortnite was like, you started hearing about like, oh yeah, this guy was in college and like ended up flunking out because he played Fortnite forever. EverQuest was like, it was a role-playing game, but it was, the basic, you go in and you level up and stuff like that.
Kill the guy, you get enough things.
Yes,
to get
but it was this
to kill
huge universe that was just open, and people who would play it. Yeah.
Unhealthy.
What are they called? RPGs. Role-playing game. I think so. I don't know. Yeah. But it's like a specific type. But that was the one where like people who start playing it would lose their life. And, yeah. Right. So you play PS4 right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever played the Oculus?
Yeah. Back when I had one, Jack actually broke the controllers on mine because he played Gorilla Tag so much. Gorilla Tag's like probably the biggest VR game to this day. And Jack is like technically professional at it because he's won a little bit of money from it.
He's kind of pretty good, isn't he?
He's like ranking. He was top 500 in the world, which is like,
crazy.
Yeah, for the fact that I think there's 30 million downloads so far, and there's like more every day. It's just crazy. We got Oculuses right as they were starting to get super popular. So like we had an early start on a lot of like games. So I'm like better than a lot of people at Gorilla Tag.
Yeah.
Like I'm top like 10% maybe. Uh, and so yeah, Jack's just like crazy at it. He just plays it nonstop. Like
Yeah.
And so you need a really big space to play it, and Jack played it up in his room, and he hid his controllers on just everything because you need to move your arms around to play it a lot. So he broke one of his controllers. He was like, "Hey, can I use yours?" So I was like, "Sure." Gave it to him. Played one-handed because you only need one hand to play Gorilla Tag, and he needs it for like professional stuff. I'm not professional, but anyways, so he broke his next one. I was like, I don't care. I don't play this much, so you can use my controller. And then he broke another one.
Jeepers.
So yeah, Mom forced him to play out here when there's a lot more room.
Right. So you never played. Well, you played it a little bit, but what about like Beat Saber and stuff like that?
I was really into Beat Saber. Gorilla Tag was like the main one, and another one called Grab, which was not nearly as popular, but I liked it a lot because you had a grappling gun, you had what's it called? Every single level was community made. Like you could do playlists of different community made levels, just specific things.
Oh, some random person would make a level.
Yeah.
And is it like a game where you have to like go from here to there to there to
Yeah.
there? Like there was a goal, like a start and an end.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. Right.
Yeah, and so, what's it called? You had a grappling hook. You could grab some materials. You would die from some materials. And some materials you would die if you touch, but you could still grapple on them. So, what a lot of people do is they just make boxes and boxes of just the stuff that you would die if you touch it. You just have to grapple on it. Does that make
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of confusing.
Yeah.
But so, yeah, it'd just be mazes and mazes of just these boxes with, like, the red stuff that you would die if you touch it, but you could still, like, grapple to it. So you just have to go through this entire thing just using the grapple. And I got good at those, and that was, like, the one kind of game I played, and was
Nice.
better than everyone. Yeah.
So what are you playing now?
Fortnite.
All day, all day.
Yeah. New game mode's coming out, kind of like Rebirth. Did Sam ever explain Rebirth?
No.
Basically, if you die, but one of your teammates is still alive, 30-second countdown, and you're back in the game. But you lose all your stuff.
So if you die, you have your people hang tight, hang around where your stuff is, and then you go get your stuff.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. It's fun. Plus also...
And you play it with your boys, right?
Yeah. I'm starting to get kind of addicted to the pass system, where it's like, I have to grind to get... I have to play the game since I put money into it. Like 3 or 4 seasons ago, I bought the pass, and every single pass, if you grind enough, you can get enough to buy the next one.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like level 100 that you get it. So every single season, I force myself to grind to level 100 because I'm like, well, you bought it, so you have to get it. And so this season, there's another skin in the Battle Pass I actually like. Literally half the reason I play the game still, I'm just done with like the, not really caring about like the buying passing. I just care about like, what's it called? Oh, this skin looks cool. I'm gonna grind to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's unhealthy, but I mean.
And what else do you play? That's it?
Pretty much. Like, all my friends play it, so, like, I can't convince them to get Apex, because...
That's right, you played Apex for
Yeah.
a bit.
A lot.
Well, yeah, so when I say, what else do you play?
I don't play it anymore.
You don't play it anymore.
Yeah. Mhm.
Understood. I understand that now. So you hang out with your boys and play Fortnite, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then also a new fighting game, Multiverse. That's where there's just a bunch of DC and Warner Bros. Characters, just in a fighting game.
Right, I've seen you play that.
I play it with Luke a lot, and me and Luke are scarily as good as each other. Like, you could do a coin flip and it'd basically be who won.
Really?
Uh-huh.
So you guys are like 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. You play because you fight against each other?
Yeah. Sometimes you do 2v2s, but the game is really buggy. Like...
Really? Why?
It's...
Free? Pay to play? Free, pay to...
Kind of pay to win.
Yeah.
Because some characters are just broken. But, what I was gonna say is, it's a relatively new game. When it was released in beta, it was so bad. Like, glitches were everywhere. You couldn't even play the game. Like, it was pretty much unplayable unless you had $150,000 like setup that would not shut down. Like, sometimes either the game would glitch out, servers would be down. It was like a 25% chance if you could play the game. Yeah, and so its popularity just dropped just
because people got sick of dealing with that crap.
And so, kind of revamped stuff. They took it off the thing, worked on it a lot, came out. It was better, but there's still a lot of things wrong with it. Yeah, like Luke once had a problem where he tried to play a game like for 20 minutes straight. It just like would kick him out every time if he tried to join a game.
Oh, got it. Okay, that stinks.
But yeah, that's like the 2 things I'm playing. What?
Should we be done?
Yeah, that's like 30, 45 minutes. This was a Dad-ent of your time.
We'll get better at this.
Yeah. Should we start having an outro? Or an intro? Like just recording an intro?
Well, I think we will, I guess.
Yeah.
But right now it's just us hanging out.